All right. As always, first we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Rakak,
Rachafrash.
Badash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, tosses truth to rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elected, shalom to the Akim and Akwat out there listening and learning. This goes out to the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Native Americans, Latino Americans, and so-called African Americans here and scattered throughout the four corners of the world. This is your brother Ash, coming from Great Millstone, Chicago, and
Brother Yahya.
coming in, as we always love to do our spiritual sit downs, man. We just looking at the situations happening in Minnesota, and it's ramping up, man, for this civil war. You know, we claiming copyrights, 1976 copyright statute, allowing us fair use for educational, entertainment purposes, and for just informative news, man. So we're gonna play this video and we're gonna get into it, so you can see what's going on in Minnesota. So it looks like a third person is killed in Minnesota. Let's watch it.
And it's hard to tell what's happening here. Here's the woman. All right, so here's the angle from the woman in the pink that we haven't seen. They say he was a gun owner with a valid permit to carry. And again, not surprising based off of the character profile, the weapon that he was carrying. See, it gives the context of how this entire thing actually started. So what you have here is you have a woman here. I'm assuming this is a protester. You've got the man who eventually gets killed who's standing in between these people here, and this green cap is an ICE agent. And let's see what happens here. So you see immediately this ICE agent runs up, shoves this woman to the ground in the pavement. I'm not sure what type of police work this is supposed to be. He's not even trying to detain her at the moment, just runs up and shoves her to the ground. And then here's the guy who eventually gets shot. He steps in between the ICE agent and the woman that was just thrown to the ground, and looks like he's trying to stop him. And then the ICE agent begins to pepper spray him. And it's hard to tell what's happening here. Here's the woman that was thrown down. Here's the guy who's eventually killed. ICE agent's here. It looks like he's trying to shield her from being pepper sprayed. Hard to tell, though. And again, the ICE agent continues to mace them both. Hard to tell what's happening here. I can't tell if he's trying to shield her or what's happening, but you can see all of these ICE agents are now rushing on top of them. So now they're attempting to detain him. She's still on the ground. And looks like she's trying to be detained as well. And then you have all the ICE officers on top of him.
Fuck people! What is wrong with you? Honestly!
Now, I want to look at the number of people here because this is going to become important. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6, 7 ICE agents, at least 5 ICE agents just on top of, again, the one individual who eventually gets killed here. And we'll talk about why that's important here in a second, but let's watch the rest of this. So again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people holding him down and detaining him. This guy just pulled his gun out. He is now holding his gun one-handed in his hand. I believe he's the one that lets off the first shot, right on top of everybody. And as obviously we can see round horseshoe circle, they're just lacing his dead body in the street right now. All right, now.
And we don't take any stands one way or another. We just know that this could potentially be the catalyst to lead to civil war. Let's grab that, because here it is. You have somebody that looks like from the onset protecting a woman from an ICE agent, and he got caught up in the mix, and we don't know his status or what's going on, but they shot him, and they were in control of the situation. It's 5 people, and they, obviously they just do what they do. Let's grab this Isaiah right quick. This is the book of Isaiah 19 and 2. And it says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor. city against city and kingdom against kingdom, right? And, and that's what's going on. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to their familiar spirits, and to their wizards. So because all this wickedness is going on, they bind into their wizards, their sorcerers, all their witchcraft to figure out how to truly unravel your how about Shemal Shah plan, but you can't. This is what they're doing. So this war that they raging against each other is to bring about their NWO, their New World Order, and they're going to continue to fight, and people are going to continue to get killed. So this is not going to go backwards. This is only going to all gas no break, as the elder Capo likes to say. It's only going to get worse because it's in the power of their hands to do so until those let's grab that as it's in the power of their hands to do exactly what they're doing. DJ Trump has put these federal officers on the ground, and he's giving them license to kill, literally, and he's killing American citizens. Like the guy was saying, this wasn't no supposedly criminal organization or criminal, just American citizen defending somebody, and this they just eradicated in cold blood, in cold blood.
You want the Micah 2?
Yeah, just to the point. Yeah.
Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
And that's exactly what's going on. These people devise iniquity, they work evil, and they practice it, in the morning. This is daytime. Literally, they practice it, and literally because it's in the power of their hands. So what's going to happen is, eventually, the other hand is going to say, hey, you overstepped your boundary. They're going to try to reel them in, but it's too late. It has gone too far. It's not going to be anything but more civil chaos, civil war. It's going to ensue. And Jake is going to get caught in the crossfire because, these people who have the weapons, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man in America, and he's got other Edomites who's, like this guy who, had his gun on him, that Second Amendment right, they're going to go at him. Thus said the Bible.
The Zechariah.
Yeah.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 13.
That's all. Let me get to Zechariah 14. The topic says the Most High will battle Jerusalem's foes. How is he doing that? Causing all types of confusion over him. Let's get to it. It says, all right.
Zechariah 14 and 13. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor.
Right. And obviously just talk about an ancient time, but this is prevalent in today's time as well. That the fighting, the infighting, the flux, and the sedition amongst men, is happening. These people are right now, they're in a frenzy because Esau Edom is all the laws and statutes he set up, his own constitution, his own laws was to protect the people. That has quickly, it is quickly eroding. It's fading into the background. They're not regarding their own laws to protect their own people. It's just now a complete power grab. He's established himself as ruler of America, not the president of America, but king of America by doing whatever he wants to, and trying to incite this insurrection act by causing this chaos. So if he continues to these situations continue to happen, he wants that power of the insurrection act so he can have complete control and institute martial law by his own doing. Let's get this Mark 3.
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Mark 3 and we start 23.
Yeah, whatever spirit lead Mark. Yeah.
Mark 3 and 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against Satan, and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end.
Right. And that's what's going to happen. Great division is bringing down the downfall, the collapse of this of American society.
It's already happening.
Yeah, it's already happening in full time. You're watching it unfold. You know what I mean? They already shot the the woman, the woman citizen in Minnesota. Now they shot the white man in Minnesota as citizen. Now the question is, as this man was alluding to, is this man a veteran? Because I don't know if he is or not, but if he is, that's going to excite a true riot of the veterans. Because now you're attacking those who once defended this country from this type of anarchy. So it's going to be interesting to watch it unfold. And if you're not with Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna get caught in the crosshairs, man. Because it's not gonna pull back. It's only going to get worse and worse. And we watch it unfold in real time. Let's grab that. See what that is. It's stupid phone slot here. Isaiah was at 3.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Con.
Yeah.
Verse 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 3 and 5. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave of himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable.
Just getting to the point that there's going to be division amongst everybody. It's going to be a completely utter chaos. Nobody's going to respect anybody. Nobody's going to hold anybody in high regard because it's going to complete chaos.
Yeah, it says they shall not remember their kings and princes.
Yeah, we grab that next, right? It's just going to be complete chaos and just and mayhem. You know what I mean? It's like a WW war with a rumble. You know what I mean? Everybody fighting everybody. It's going to get bad out here. It's starting right now. All right? Get that what you quoted. So was that second address?
Like, regard king.
Yeah.
Yeah, that second address 15. I mean, where you want me to start? Because it's like, it's a lot in the second address.
You get to the point. So I
started 14.
Yeah.
Second Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, which is what we're seeing now. And the modern day sword is what? A gun or a Glock or switch, whatever these people have in their arsenal that they can use to possibly hurt or kill somebody. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's going to get to a point when ICE starts killing more and more people that the protesters just won't care anymore, and they're going to start actually fighting back and start killing the ICE officers, man.
Right. Minnesota governor's already bringing his National Guard in to get rid of the ICE agents out of Minnesota. So how much more? So, if the Minnesota governor calls the National Guard to kick ICE out, then DJ Trump calls his National Guard to fight against the National Guard of Minnesota. Right. Who knows what's going to happen?
Because then, if the Minnesota Guard is there, then Trump has a reason to send the National Guard, man.
Right.
He has a reason to go over there and say, "Oh yeah, y'all messing up. Let me come and fix that." So right. Now it's the order ab KO as the elders go into, man.
God.
That order out of that order out of chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. They cause the problem, then they come up with the solution. So clearly you causing the problem. ICE was, according to them, was supposed to get rid of the illegal immigrants who were criminals. They're not doing any of that now. Now they're just executing American citizens on the street in broad daylight. Right. So there's something that has to be done about this. They're operating, above and beyond their own laws. Okay. So the checks and balances has to come in play.
Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
And we're in those great tribulations. You know what I mean? This is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, which was talked about. A time that's never happened before. You know, so grab that Jeremiah 30 and 7. That's the time we're in. You know what I mean? And this is what's unfolding in those times. Trouble all on all fronts. You know, right now you're seeing the military trouble on all fronts. So with the military, you know, acts happening on American soil gives way to the rest of the troubles. It's a trickle down effect. So now the food, the famine, they have already spraying so much pestilence in the air you can't even breathe. So all this is happening right now in order for them to bring out their NWA. I mean, so like NWO, New World Order, so they can ultimately lead to the MOTB. That's what they want to do. Control and chip the whole population and subject to them to their will. You know, as is written in the scriptures in Revelation 13 and 16. This is their end game. They want to make sure everybody's got the MOTB and they're doing what they tell them to do. But in order to get to that, you have to have these series of events, catastrophes, criminalization of the people, and eventually the collapse of this society. It's all a part of their program.
Go on, you want the Jeremiah?
Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, and straight to the point, verse 7. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it.
Who is that he? The elect of Israel this time around. Those who call on the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, who's been telling you to measure the time to see exactly what's unfolding and pay attention and come back to your creator, Yahweh Shema Shai, and call on his name. Not Caesar Borgia. That name's not going to save you in these times that's unfolding. You know, you could continue to trust in Egypt, but look what happened to Egypt. They fight against each other. So how you going to trust in a system that's crumbling from within, that's destroying itself from within? There's no safety there. You know what I mean? All it is going to be destruction. And you see it happening in real time. So you can't pretend, though the whole world is witnessing this. You can't pretend you didn't see this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get that second Ezra. Is that 6:24, I believe?
This is the book of second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 24. At that time,
Let's start at 22.
second Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
And you've seen them looting and going crazy in Minnesota because of this. They went in there and started taking everything off the shelves. You can Google it, YouTube it. You'll see the chaos that this is bringing on. You know what I mean? And not only with this, with them, you know, the shooting, but also with the weather patterns. You know, some people are saying this snowstorm is not a natural snowstorm, but whatever it is, people are in panic mode already. So they're already going into this plan right here. Because of the violence, because of the snowstorm, people have that sense of this is the end, so they're going crazy.
Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
So that trumpet, you know, you're going to start hearing those sirens over these cities that's having these problems. You know, and that's what's going on now. You know, and eventually, you know, the things are going to shut down. Nobody's going to be able to work because of martial law, all the chaos in the street. But right now, you see it unfolding in real time, and there's no turning back. You know, this is all gas, no brake. We're headed to the end of this thing. We just have to endure those who call on the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, because civil war is here, man. You know, if you just plain to see, you know what I mean? They don't care. They need the chaos in order to instill their new world order. Point blank, period.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, we hope that was edifying. With that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash.
Double honor to the apostles, elders, great millstone, toss of truth, and rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akim and Akwat out there listening and learning. Till next time,
Sure.
Kwam Yasharala
Allah.
and a Baba Ball.
Bob.